Hey, this is Adrianne over in Sweden.
Hey, it's your girl Kate Pearl over here in the UK.
We're back for season of Healing Racial Trauma on the Black Women in Europe podcast.
Absolutely right. We're going to be unpacking racial trauma, setting boundaries, healing, and living your best lives.
So we will see you. Be well.
Bye.
Oh, calm down. It's just a joke. No, it's just racism in a party hat. Let's rip that disguise right off. It's your girl Kate Pearl, and here at Kate Pearl's Pearls, we specialise in calling out racism in a comedy wig. Today, we're dragging harmless jokes that aren't harmless at all, mocking accents, throwing out lazy stereotypes, and calling it banter. This is the training ground for white supremacy. The soft launch, the racism but made palatable starter pack. If you think I'm chatting shit, the University of Oxford studied so-called racial banter and found that the more people hear it, the more people accept racist ideas as facts. That's not just reflecting prejudice, it's spreading it like a dodgy virus. And yet, when we call it out, we're the problem? Ugh, you're so sensitive. No, babe, you're just exposed. If your jokes only work when dehumanising other beings, congratulations, you're not a comedian, you're just a racist with a laugh track. Next time someone cracks one of these jokes, don't laugh, don't let it slide. Hold that awkward silence and let them drown in it. Because pretending that this is fine, that's complicity. If this hit home, share this video, follow us here at Kate Pearl's Pearls, and let's keep dragging this bullshit into the light.
Okay, I don't know if I should be laughing or crying, but let's discuss laughing at racism, living the dream.
Why are we laughing is the question. Let's talk about banter, because somehow racism has found a really comfortable home inside humour. Inside jokes, little comments that people can always fall back on with things like, it's not that deep, relax, it's just a joke, and your body clocks it. That slight pause, that tightness in your chest, and that moment where something in you goes, whoa, hold on, wait. But the laugh comes anyway, because you already know how this goes. If you laugh, cool, everyone moves on. But if you don't, now you are too sensitive, you've killed the vibe, you're aggressive, you're too much, or you've made it about race, which, no, but this is what happens. So your nervous system it steps in, it keeps things smooth, it keeps things safe. In short, it does its job. Yeah. The question isn't just why are we laughing? It's what did your body know in that moment that you didn't feel allowed to say out loud? So that's to preface this one. So often it's referred to as just banter, just a joke. I mean, is it really though? Because when racism shows up as humor, it becomes harder to detect, and it's even harder to confront, because now it's layered. Yeah, it's not just what was said, it's how it was delivered. So it will be a light tone, a smile, laughter. All of it's working together to soften the impact, but it's also working together to protect the person saying it. But your body doesn't get confused by that. It still registers what's underneath. So it'll be registering the stereotype, the assumption, the reduction. And here's the thing, humor doesn't cancel that out. Yeah, it just disguises it, and it makes it easier to repeat, easier to ignore, and way easier to dismiss the impact of. So what you actually end up with is this pattern where racialized comments are being delivered as jokes, received as discomfort, and then erased through laughter. Yeah. And so it goes on over and over and over again. So I guess it's depending on your thought track. I guess it's funny until it's not. The thing about humor is it doesn't exist in a vacuum. You know, what we laugh at, what we normalize, and what we brush off as just banter or just a joke, all of that is shaped by something. So when the joke is rooted in race or in stereotypes about how you speak, how you react, how you show up, or simply how you exist, that isn't random, it's learned and it's repeated, and it's usually punching in one direction. Because let's be real, not everyone in the room has the same freedom to joke. Some people get to say it, some people get to laugh at it, and that imbalance is where the power sits. So when people say it's just a joke, what they're really saying is, do not interrupt the dynamic. Yeah. Don't challenge what's been made comfortable, and definitely don't challenge what's been made comfortable, even or especially if it comes at your expense. Yeah. So the unspoken rule that your body already knows. Yeah. There's an unspoken rule in a lot of spaces: work, family, friend groups, even casual social settings. Don't make it awkward. Yeah. So when a comment lands, i.e., a joke, a little banter, something clearly racial, you feel it immediately. And it's not just in your head, it's in your chest, it's your stomach, it's the tightness of your shoulders, it's your gut churning. Your body clocks it first, even before your brain can fully process it. Yeah. And of course, I bought a study, been at the bookshelf again, a 2022 report. So literally in the last 4 years, from the Trades Union Congress, found that 41% of Black and minority ethnic workers experience racism at work. 27% experience racist jokes or banter, and 4 in 5 didn't report it. Yeah. So ultimately, because I'm going to say they did not feel like they could say the quiet part out loud. And while this particular study is about workplaces specifically, the pattern can show up everywhere, just about everywhere else too, if we're being real. So on WhatsApp threads, at family dinners, in casual pub chats, even I'll actually go as far as to say, especially on social media. You know, almost half of us, based on this particular study, have been on the receiving end of racism. I say based on a collection of studies that I've already shared, but in different areas of this. So yeah, this one also shows that over a quarter of us have been forced to navigate jokes and banter that's cut deep, and most of us have stayed silent at least once. And going into why, again, it's things like fear of being dismissed, fear of being labeled too sensitive, or being seen as some kind of troublemaker, again, protecting the people that say and inflict this stuff. Or worse, feeling like it's your job to smooth it over. So the laugh comes out, not because it's funny, not because it lands light, but because your nervous system has already run the calculation. Yeah, and the calculation is it safe to challenge, or is it easier to go along? And over time, that pattern becomes learned. Your body starts anticipating the jokes before they land. Your chest tightens, your jaw sets, your shoulders tense, your voice hesitates or just doesn't come out at all. And that's all in service of safety, belonging, and survival. But the big problem with that is that safety in the moment doesn't erase the cumulative impact. Yeah. So your nervous system, it still records the harm. It records the micro violence, aggression, the repeated small bites and digs, the constant negotiation between truth and acceptance. And all of that is, you guessed it, exhausting. Yeah. So again, we can internalize all of this stuff. Yeah, internalization and what lives in the pause. This is what it feels like to laugh through racial harm. Yeah, to live the pressure in work, social, and personal spaces, to feel your body saying one thing while your mind says another. And this is exactly why awareness is the first step. Yeah, noticing the split, the laugh versus the gut is where the work begins, where you start to do things like reclaim your space. Yeah, where you start telling your body it's allowed to register this, give it a full permission slip. Because there's a space between the moment that happens and how you respond. Yeah, while you're processing. And there's a space also where your body holds the impact and where your mind tries to make sense of it all. So that's the part that carries forward the subtle, almost invisible weight of internalized stress. Yeah. And right now, I think this episode really was an opportunity to kind of lean into that pause. Yeah. Hear yourself in this, bring attention to it and honor it. Yeah. Because that is where change begins.
Thank you. Kate, this was a heavy episode. I was silent. I could have talked a lot about when I was the one in the room that was being quiet when everyone was looking at me and laughing because I was the butt of the joke. But what we're going to do instead is just do a quick little breath work and an affirmation, less than 60 seconds. I'm going to turn off my camera, not to be a distraction. If you are wearing glasses, take them off. If you're sitting up, maybe lie down. This may be the only chance you get to lie down before you put your head on the pillow, before you go to bed. Access an inhale, holding your breath as long as you want, but exhale it out through your mouth. And know this, if laughter has ever been used to silence you, to shrink you, to mock you, or make your pain seem small, let this moment remind you your response made sense. Your dignity does not need approval. Your calm belongs to you. So, however you reacted, it made sense. However you reacted, your dignity does not need approval. However you responded, your calm belongs to you. No stereotype can take that away from you. Take one final big inhale. Exhale that one through your mouth as well and let it go. And finally, ask yourself, where in my life do I need to stop laughing along and start listening to myself? Where in my life do I need to stop laughing along and listening to myself? We'll see you next time.
All right, so that's a wrap on this episode. Hope you found it healing, enlightening, and empowering.
We got through it. And next week, we'll be doing the same kind of work. In the meantime, find Kate at katepearl.com. And you can find me at rootedfor.care. Be well.
Enjoy.